The Airbnb had a locked basement door, and I should have left it alone. I don't know how to start this without sounding unhinged, but I swear every word is true. My girlfriend and I booked an Airbnb in a small town for a weekend getaway, and what we found in that house still wakes me up at night, drenched in sweat. I'm posting this because I need to know if anyone else has stayed there, or if they've seen her. Last summer, Ellie and I were desperate for a break. Work had been relentless, and we were both burned out. We found this Airbnb listing in a tiny town called Blackthornne, about 2 hours from our city. The house was a charming two-story Victorian with ivy creeping up the walls, nestled at the edge of a dense pine forest. The photos screamed cozy retreat, and the price was suspiciously cheap for a whole house. The host, an older woman named Margaret, had glowing reviews. Spotless. So welcoming. Felt like home. We booked it instantly. We arrived on a Friday evening, the air thick with the scent of pine and damp earth. Blackthornne was eerily quiet. No kids playing, no cars, just the occasional crow cawing from the trees. The house looked exactly like the photos, except the paint was peeling in spots, and the front porch creaked under our weight. Margaret greeted us at the door, all smiles, her gray hair pulled into a tight bun. She had this intense stare, like she was memorizing our faces, but I chalked it up to small-town quirkiness. She handed us the keys, pointed out the quirks of the old house, creaky pipes, finicky thermostat, and mentioned one rule. Don't go in the basement. It's locked for storage and the floor's unstable. I nodded, thinking nothing of it. Old houses have locked rooms, right? Ellie, always the curious one, raised an eyebrow but didn't push. Margaret left, and we settled in. The house was cozy. Wooden floors, a fireplace, and a kitchen stocked with tea and coffee. But something felt off. The air was heavy, like the house was holding its breath. Ellie noticed it too. She kept glancing at the basement door in the kitchen, a heavy wooden thing with a rusted padlock. That night, we cooked pasta and tried to relax. Around 10 p.m., we heard it, a faint scratching from below the floor, like nails on wood. I froze, my fork halfway to my mouth. "Did you hear that?" I whispered. Ellie nodded, her eyes wide. We sat there listening, but it stopped after a few seconds. "Probably a rat," I said, trying to sound convincing. Ellie didn't buy it, but we laughed it off and went to bed. The next morning, I woke up to Ellie staring at the ceiling, her face pale. "I heard it again last night," she said. "Scratching, but it was rhythmic, like someone was trying to get out." My stomach twisted, but I brushed it off as her imagination running wild. Still, I couldn't stop glancing at the basement door while we made breakfast. It was like it was watching us. By noon, we decided to explore Blackthornne to shake off the weird vibes. The town was practically a ghost town. Empty streets, a shuttered diner, and a general store where the cashier stared at us like we were aliens. When I casually mentioned the Airbnb, her face tightened. "Margaret's place? Just be careful." She wouldn't say more and I didn't push, but it planted a seed. Back at the house, Ellie was fixated on the basement door. "What's she hiding down there?" she said, half joking, half serious. I tried to laugh, but that seed from the store was sprouting. "What was down there? Storage, sure, but why the heavy padlock? Why the weird rule?" I'm not proud of it, but curiosity got the better of us. Ellie found a crowbar in the garage and I grabbed a flashlight. We can't show the full story in this short video. To watch the complete story, please click the link in the description.